and let us all do we can to build a better future. So we return back to Maui, which I have to say is probably an example of what's going to happen to all of America if we don't ever stand up to the two-party system. Apparently, in the aftermath of all this devastation that took place that impacted the people of Hawaii, on the island of Maui to be more precise, President Joe Biden has launched a Maui fire investigation from Politico. And here's why. Here's why. The Biden administration has promised billions of dollars to help Hawaii. Okay. To recover from its deadly wildfires this month, but not a federal investigation into what went wrong. Oh, that's going to raise so many red flags. Even if the administration wanted an independent inquiry, there is no national disaster investigator to dig into unanswered questions about the response to the Lahaina blaze. Among those questions, why the island's siren system wasn't used to cue evacuations, how water lines ran dry in fighting the fire, and whether the White House was quick enough in deploying federal help. Is anyone's alarm bells ringing? Anyone see red flags flying in the air? Again, Biden, Kamala, anyone in that administration, you should kind of look into why that fire happened, why the sirens didn't work. Now, I played on the show before that a police, one of the disaster people and the individuals who was in charge, the Maui Emergency Management Agency administrator, Herman Nadaya, he said that he's glad that he was okay. Was not using the sirens because he said that people would run into the fire. I understand people get scared during a disaster. I get it. Hell, I'd be scared too. But hold on. I want to look at the camera here real quick. To that jagoff bastard, to the Maui Emergency Management Agency Administrator, Herman Nadaya. People aren't that stupid to run into a burning blaze, you stupid bastard. The death toll is rising up past 100. There are still thousands of people unaccounted for. This is the most deadliest fire in U.S. history. And he had the audacity to say in a press conference, I'm okay that the sirens didn't work. I'm glad they didn't work. And again, people are getting phone calls from real estate developers and other scummy individuals that are flying in like vultures to buy away people's lands. People of Lahaina, Hawaii, don't you sign a goddamn thing. A handful of lawmakers from both parties has already proposed creating a federal team to scrutinize the causes and handling of natural disasters. However, they see an opening for potential movement on their idea as Congress reviews Biden's request for $12 billion in extra cash to help FEMA respond to the Maui fire and other disasters. Hey, can that $12 billion be $40 billion? Maybe $50 billion? How about on par with what Ukraine is getting? Because obviously Ukraine, I didn't know this. Maybe Ukraine's the 51st state. Okay. Hawaii may be. This is the trigger that we need, said Representative Nancy Mace, said in a phone interview from her district this week. Maybe this is the impetus to get it moving through Congress. We don't want things to happen in vain. Noting that the rising death toll and that more than 1,000 people are still considered missing on Maui, it's such a huge tragedy. Again, 1,000 people are still missing. I don't want to see that death toll get to 1,100, but why is it that in the back of my head, I'm preparing myself for the worst? Because again, 1,000 people are missing. Missing. The key word is missing. They didn't have to die. The House passed a version of the disaster investigation plan that Mace backs during last Congress, but it stalled in the Senate last summer. Gee, Biden, why? Why, Democrats? The bill would give its new broad subpoena power to dig into the deficiencies in response, including some that were alleged during the Maui fires that killed more than 100 people. That death toll is going to rise up. I'm so sorry. The FEMA administrator, Diane Criswell, said this week that she would defer questions about any Maui investigations to the leaders in Hawaii, whose attorney general has announced a probe. Now let's talk about these big brain people. Now, again, Biden prepares to visit Maui on Monday. Okay, so that looks like he's really going to do it. I'm actually rather surprised. Okay, so Monday he's going to go to Hawaii, to be more precise, to find out what's going on. But he's not going to he's going to be handled, and there's going to be a shield wall around him. Let's have democracy in the chat. Type 1, if you bet that there's going to be that everything is going to be fine and that Biden's going to show real leadership. The type 2, if there's going to be something very awkward, or Biden's going to say or do something so stupid or make himself look so senile that's going to cause the problem to escalate even further, causing further anger towards his administration. I'm preparing for the worst. But speaking of which, hey, let's see what the Maui Emergency Management Agency Chief Herman Naidaya said before he resigned. Let's play this video.
And
do you regret not sounding the sirens?
I do not. And the reason why,
So many people said they could have been saved if they had time to escape. Had a siren gone off, they would have known that there was a crisis emerging. And as we know, so many bodies were found in the ground as the flames caught their heels.
give you the answer? The sirens, as I mentioned earlier, is used primarily for tsunamis. And that's the reason why many of them are found, almost all of them are found on the coastline. The public is trained to seek higher ground in the event.
But people aren't stupid, you dumb idiot. All you had to do is make sure messages go on the cell phones, radio announcement, TV's announcement, police all over the place, and just say, hey, fire, get the Coast Guard, get the Navy, mobilize the military. I don't know. I mean, there's a couple of military bases in Hawaii, because there are. You just didn't do anything. You just let it happen. Here, let's listen to that one more time.
As I mentioned earlier, is used primarily for tsunamis. And that's the reason why many of them are found, almost all of them are found on the coastline. The public is trained to seek higher ground in the event that the siren is sounded. Had we sounded the siren that night, we're afraid that people would have gone Mauka.
Again, all this could have been avoided. And by the way, just so you all know, again, there were ways in which the emergency response could have handled this so much better. They were not prepared. And because of their inept attitude and, I guess, unwillingness to do anything correctly, thousands upon thousands of people's lives have been upended and ruined.
And if that was the case, then they would have gone into the fire. By the way, I should also note that there are no sirens, Mauka, or on the mountainside where the fire was spreading down. So even if we sounded the siren, it would not have saved those people on the mountainside, Mauka.
According to the state's own government website, those sirens can be used for a variety of natural and human-caused events, including wildfire.
Oh, no. So I want to pull up this article here. Turns out this big brain genius here decides to resign because he wasn't aware of this right here. All the hazard siren system can be used for the variety of both natural and human cause events, including tsunamis, hurricanes, dam breaches, flooding, wildfires. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to repeat that. Wildfires, volcanic eruptions, terrorist threats, hazardous material incidents, and more. That word wildfire sounds shockingly familiar. So again, Herman Naidaya, the administrator of the Maui Emergency Management Agency, has immediately resigned, according to an announcement from Richard Bisson's office, Mayor Richard Bisson's office. Naidaya's resignation is based on health reasons. He probably got a phone call from the mayor. You stupid bastard! Are you not familiar with this? The all-hazard siren system? And again, reading it one more time for those at home. The all-hazard siren system can be used for a variety of both natural and human-caused events. Gee willigers, including tsunamis. Okay, that's a danger. Hurricanes, that's a danger. Dam breaches, that's frightening. Flooding, oh my goodness. Wildfires. Sorry, I didn't realize my mic was off. Wildfires. Volcanic eruptions, terrorist threats, hazard materials, incidents, and more. So apparently, old Herman has some emotional damage and some health reasons of why he's resigning. On Wednesday, Adaya faced substantial criticism and garnered global media attention after he expressed no regrets whatsoever for the decision to not activate the warning sirens as the wildfire approached Lahaina, which later led to destruction of the historic town, causing 100 plus people to be confirmed dead and 1,000 still missing. He let them shelter in place. Glad you didn't turn on that button. That's what he said. During a press conference in Wailuku, Diane responded to the questions from reporters, explaining that he stands by the choice not to activate the sirens. Oh, you horrible, horrible person. He justified this by pointing out that the Hawaiian sirens are mainly intended for tsunamis, not wildfires. Not according to this. Not according to this right here. And again, pulling up this article here to trigger the vote blue no matter who people. Hawaiian authorities delayed the release of water to Maui residents trying to save their properties from last week's devastating wildfires, local media revealed on Tuesday, citing 4 island insider sources. The Maui Department of Land and Natural Resources reportedly stalled as West Maui Land Company, which manages agricultural and residential developments on the western part of the island, requested additional water to stop the fast-moving blaze that would immediately level the town of Lahaina last Tuesday. The agency's deputy director of water management, Kelio Manuel, allegedly wanted the company to get permission from a farm located downstream from its property. By the time Manuel finally released the water, it was too late and the fire had spread. So again, all this could have been avoided. This all could have been avoided. And again, Biden, apparently, is going to be waiting until Monday to show up. I hope it doesn't lead to epic failures. But again, the all-hazard siren system had wildfires in there as well. Those are other dangerous things. So wildfires was a real threat. I want to pull up this video here of what's happening on the ground here. This is from Tulsi Gabbard's Twitter account. I'm only going to play a few minutes of the video, but again, you see the devastation and how it's the local communities that are saving each other. Where's the relief from our agencies and institutions? Nowhere.
What we needed to do was we needed to begin to start standing up. And I think by nobody's fault, everybody was looking for direction. And so we just decided, hey, we're going to take charge. There was 3 objectives. One was health and safety. The other one was security. And the other one was needs. Mm-hmm. So once we were able to identify those things, it gave us a starting point on how we're going to move forward to begin to organize. And what I felt was because of the devastation, it's really important for us to come together. So 5 o'clock, when everybody comes down for their meeting, we're feeding them. We want them to hang and talk stories, share.
Again, I want to bring out a just a chat in Rockfin. Shout out to Denver Attaway. People hear the siren, step outside and see a mile-high blaze. But no, they basically let those people die. No problem with locals not wanting to sell. Again, it's just, here's the thing. There is an issue here. There is a serious issue here. When people step outside and see the fire, again, and if the siren did happen, if the siren did ring, right? People, all they have to do is just, okay, what's going on? They hear the all system siren alarm. Either go on to social media or there's something happening on the TV or radio. They turn it on. Hey, there's a fire. So many people would have been more prepared. So many people would have been more prepared. And again, Denver Attaway brings up another point. The guy resigns and will not face criminal negligence. See, now if a regular citizen did something equivalent to that, they would never see the light of day.
Build a community. Build a family once again. And so slowly we're making progress. More and more people are showing up. And what we're doing is we're not holding back. At that meeting at 5 o'clock, we put out all the generators. We put out whatever they need, and they come and they ask, I need this, I need this, I need this. And whatever is here, you take for your family. Because what I've seen in the past is people start hoarding and taking stuff. And so when we have the conversation as a family, as a community right here, we bring up those hard questions so that when they come, they're coming with the right frame of mind to grab a generator. I'm no longer taking this because I already have one.
Right.
I'm taking this because I don't have one.
Right.
So we're trying to assist with what we're learning here and assist those other pods to get them organized and online. And so that's the goal right now. And once we can do that, then I think we can help our EOC be more effective by getting the information, what's happening in ground zero, so that we can begin to get the right resources and hold back the resources that are not needed at this time.
Yep.
Right now, we're operating short term.
Yes.
What we truly have to think about is long term. What I'm trying to say, is we don't want the people to leave. That's what I'm trying to say. Can I give up?
Exactly. There's a little bit more to this video, and I'll be posting in the live stream chat. But our governments and institutions let people down. Shout out to Tulsi Gabbard, who was able to get on the ground and at least show us what's happening there. But one last time, the all-hazard siren system. The all-hazard siren system can be used for a variety of both natural and human-caused events, including tsunamis, hurricanes, dam breaches, flooding, wildfires, volcanic eruptions, terrorist threats, hazardous material incidences, and more. And all of you could see right here, highlighted in yellow, wildfires. The people were failed and abandoned. And this isn't the first time this has happened to the citizens of the United States. All of us have been abandoned. If you're not angry, what's your excuse? And I better not ever hear the words "no comment," because this requires a comment. Let us all work together to build a better future.